Thank you, Laura, for coming on board. So Laura is a co-founder at Pronovix, and she'll be making the announcements and the introductions for different awards. And then I'll do the honors of actually announcing who made who made it. Yeah.
Thank you. So, and you did it.
It worked?
10.5 minutes, I think. There was some reasonable doubt whether you can.
Okay.
So welcome, everyone. This is the third edition of the DevPortal Awards. This awards was created to applaud the excellence and the creative solutions in developer portals. And this year we have 10 nomination categories. For each category, I will shortly describe the selection criteria and then highlight some points about the finalists portals in the category. And then comes drumroll, and Christoph is going to announce the winner with whom we have the opportunity to hopefully have a few questions and answers. The first category is Best API Business Model. It is for developer portals that found an innovative way to present their business models. That means they managed to increase the API's perceived value through appropriate and clear descriptions and build trust through a genuine approach to legal topics such as policies and terms of use. The finalists. 3 finalists, Ably Realtime, Bank Developer Portal, and Xero Developer Center. The jury pointed out that Ably Realtime makes it easy for their users to scale and understand their business model. The pricing models are based on need and usage, and that makes Ably friendly to companies of various sizes. Bank Developer added several dimensions to their pricing, which makes the model a bit complex. But the options are important for advanced users for a wide variety of publishing options, both natively and on the edge. When we look at Xero Developer Center, there's a focus on its mature ecosystem with clear steps to build an app or to partner.
And the winner of the API Business Model category is Ably Realtime. Catalin, now I think you're going to be inviting Ben Gamble, who's head of DevRel at Ably Realtime. Does that work? Does that work? Okay.
Bear with us, we're always going to have a few seconds.
Yeah. Hi. Hi, Ben.
Hi.
This is really exciting change from the last editions, that we could actually have like a live one-on-one with almost everybody, which is exceptional.
It's also a little disconcerting because, of course, the main stream is a second or two behind this stream. Suddenly it was like, oh, I'm being invited. Does that mean we won?
So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Is there something you want to say to the team or something? Or
well, thank you so much for recognizing this. We have spent hours and hours deliberating about how we should try and make everything from how we build people to how we do everything as simple as possible. And this is an ongoing part of what we do, and particularly my team to try and, like, in developer relations, is just trying to keep what we do to be as obvious as possible to our customers. And we kind of treat it as our point of differentiating, that the only thing we try and bill you for is what you use. And like from everything from you provision on our network, because it's about fairness of use, which is the whole idea of billing by max channel only. And by you send a message, great, we'll charge you for that. Or someone receives a message, and that's it. And because of this, there are no other ways we bill people. Mm-hmm. And it's been a kind of a core piece of, you basically can't, there's no way to get a hidden bill from Ably. And that's kind of always been a core thing of what we do.
So, like, to build a business model, you need business people.
Yes.
And one of the hardest things that we've seen is getting people to contribute content to your dev portal. What have been the biggest challenges for you? Do you have challenges there?
Oh gosh, yes. The interesting thing is like, we are in a bit of a quandary because what we provide is a lot of the plumbing behind other people's APIs. right? And we are a way to stream APIs to other people. So our APIs themselves have to be, because they're effectively the thing behind someone else's API, they have to be both ultra resilient and indeed they're a little more complex because there's a lot of load balancing just baked into them. So we have this interesting problem where it's like both trying to convince people that it is as simple as it is actually quite the challenge of, oh, I just set this up here and I'm done. And the second challenge is, but then why is this not working? And the answer is, well, what we've solved is all the distribution problems. It's up to you to solve your actual business problems. Because there's this disconnect between distributed systems programming, which is what we're all about, and your business logic. And where that line is actually quite confusing.
So, and is it hard to, like, so at Ably, how do you do that? Like, how do you collaborate on the content to be able to explain those problems to your customers? Do you have any tips for the people in the audience?
The two kind of key ones we've found, which is repeatedly true, is there's only so much you can do with good documentation. Good documentation is almost the kind of the price of entry in this field, right? You must have documentation that makes sense, is readable, is legible, and gives reference to what you're going about. But to go beyond that, you genuinely need to build examples, build out a community of people who can answer on your behalf in addition, and basically just be present anywhere anyone's asking a question. Because inevitably, there are just gotchas in every single tool that exists. In ours, it's nearly always, they have a classic n-squared problem. If I have 100 people sending 100 messages to each other, I've sent 10,000 messages. And ways to get around that is literally part one of what we teach everyone at Ably.
Cool. Thank you very much. Thank you for participating, and congratulations.
Well, thank you so much for the award.
Yeah. And hope to see you attending next year too.
We hope to attend with more of us next year.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Our next category is Best API Reference Documentation and Support. You see a long list of nominees. We were looking for portals here that improve on API reference documentation. For example, how to integrate with Try It Out and Sandbox functionality, the heart of the developer experience. These portals can create trust towards their APIs by indicating their availability and reliability, release notes, and other maintenance support in an innovative way. We have some pictures of the teams behind these portals. I hope the resolution is good enough that you can see that there's a lot of people behind these portals. And who are the finalists? 3 finalists: Carhu developer, Mercedes-Benz developers, and RingCentral developers. Some highlights. According to the jury, the Carhu developer portal makes it easy to understand the product line and dive into APIs in the API Explorer. The API reference topics are very thorough and provide request code samples in 9 different languages. A Try It feature is also available for those with an account. Furthermore, the jury describes the Mercedes-Benz developer portal as a delight to interact with. The site makes it easy to see what features are available, what value they offer, and the ability to try at least some of the APIs without an account. The API reference page design is very useful for many levels of interaction. The jury was able to successfully download an image in their first attempt at using the API example, and that is a testament to the site's ease of use. The jury found RingCentral developers clean and easy to navigate. The site makes it easy to quickly understand the product line and then dive into an API to try it out. The reference topics are comprehensive and provide code examples in multiple languages. And who's the winner?
The winner of the API Reference Documentation and Support category is Mercedes-Benz Developers. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And Katalin will invite Manuel Schwand, and I hope I didn't butcher your name. Hi, Manuel.
Hi everyone.
Congratulations.
Thanks so much. First of all, actually, I want to thank you not only for the award, but also for organizing these DevPortal Awards again this year, despite all these things that are going on during Corona. We definitely have some special times, I guess.
it's I actually like this format a lot. I love the physical. I love just meeting all of the team in, what was the last one, in Amsterdam?
Yes.
And that was great. But I also like this format. So
It's more inclusive.
So some questions. So as the product owner of the developer portal, can you tell us a little bit more about the workflows that you use for writing and uploading reference documentation, and the content that you use to support it? Like how does that work at Mercedes-Benz?
I guess you have to distinguish between the specification part that we have in the portal, which is basically an open API specification. And then we decided to additionally add a documentation section, which is basically a more textual documentation part, and actually should guide the user through the whole process with example code and stuff like that. Actually, we decided regarding the tools to automate the documentation upload for our internal developers. So the API specification and the documentation are both published via a CI/CD pipeline.
Yeah.
While we are using also a content management system for the marketing related content. So we have two different internal groups editing the content. The more textual documentation is written in ASCII doc and then basically rendered. So we can always keep the documentation up to date by integrating it in our CI/CD pipelines. And I guess that's really important. On the other hand, for the specification part, we wanted to offer this tryout functionality that Swagger is offering in the portal itself as well, so that you can easily basically just hit a button, try it out, and then get your data. And also offer the ability to download the specification file so that you can right out of the box use it with Postman or integrated automate SDK generation and whatever.
Yeah. So like you actually, you're talking already about that operational excellence, like the first dimension of the maturity model, the ability to have basically two authoring tools for two different audiences. Have you, and it's interesting that you're using ASCII doc for your supporting documentation. Have you found, like one of the things we've seen is that it's hard to create like the meta structure from all of that. So you can it's easy to have your reference docs and then maybe add tutorials with that specific API. But if you need to go above that and have like a higher level set of building blocks that combine multiple of these, that is something difficult. Is that a problem you've already cracked, or that's still on the roadmap?
No, I guess not. We actually work hard on improving documentation. Yeah, as you said, actually we're not quite satisfied with the way, because the texture, the documentation is written, and then we have the specification on the other hand. We also playing around with automatically generating the documentation based on the OpenAPI specification file, so that basically they are connected. But honestly, we haven't figured out the right working solution, because also internally, actually, we have so many departments publishing documentations. It's not one team. And actually, the struggle is to keep that harmonized and basically not show this internal structure to the outside world. I guess is the biggest challenge regarding documentation that we're facing.
Yeah, I know that's a really hard problem. It's we're now working on a file-based solution in Drupal also to solve part of that also, but it's still so. And as you hear, as the audience, even award winners have things that they still need to figure out. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us, for participating, and for sharing some of your story. Yeah, congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
The next category is Best New Developer Experience Innovation. Here, we welcomed portals that lead the way in boosting developer experience for their developers as a whole or for specific subgroups of developers through DX innovations or well-executed existing technologies. Who are the finalists? Ably Realtime and the New Writing Developer site. The jury praised Ably Realtime for their great animated demos in the tutorial and the code playground, which makes exploration and testing both inviting and productive. While the New Relic developer site speaks to their customers with a good mix of media, videos, use case examples, docs, code, and apps. Who's the winner?
The winner is Ably Realtime. Ably Realtime is also the winner in New DX Innovation. As in Katalin is again inviting Ben.
Hello again. It's lovely to be back. That was so soon. So yes, so thank you so much for this. Again, this particular one is kind of 100% of what my team really are driving for. That kind of absolute instant developer experience. I'm trying to make sure that there is some delight to be had in actually just firing up the tool and seeing it work.
So this is like a really hard one, right? Because so first of all, because I think user experience is always a function of familiarity. So you have to find that right balance between something that people already know how to use and something that will delight them. So how do you find that balance? Do you face this problem, or you're all developers and this
Oh gosh, I wish it was simple. Again, I suppose the whole thing is like, if it was simple, my team wouldn't exist. And this is the kind of the core, one of the core pieces we actually struggle with regularly, is the idea that we have SDKs and APIs over 10 languages, right? How do you make something idiomatic to every single developer who exists out there who wants to use us for a different reason? For the people who want to send push notifications to mobile, to the people who want to stream like real-time IoT devices into a Kinesis pipe. All these things need to be balanced against what is idiomatic for the platform, what exists, along with what developer experience can actually be picked up within a reasonable margin. It's not like it was 10 years ago where you could literally just throw anything at someone and they'd actually learn it. SOAP died for a reason, even if it was more feature complete. And, we have this kind of push and pull between how many features do you expose versus how much do we just make magic. And we're not quite there yet, in my opinion, but we've kind of hit upon particularly this easy start stuff where it's just like register your callbacks and go, and like a fully accessible set of REST APIs along with an SDK which wraps them if necessary.
So do you already have your plan for next year? Do you already know what you're going to work on for improving your developer experience next year?
We have some of the bits in place. A lot of them are involved like trying to make sure we can go into more systems and touch more systems. As like I think some of the initial panel mentioned, it is more than just integrations, of course. And we're always striving behind the scenes to make things a lot more efficient, faster, and safer for our users. But in a big way, from a developer experience thing, it's about trying to maintain that simplicity, and particularly for this kind of like speed of access stuff, work out ways to put our tools in the hands of developers faster. Recently, we launched a way for anyone to try our stuff with OpenStream data, to try and give this ability for people just to see what can happen and what you can actually do with data available over SSE, over our own socket protocols or anything else, without actually having to go out and pay for anything or source their own data.
Very cool. Thank you, Ben.
Well, thank you so much. If I see you again tonight, I'll be very happy.
Next category is design. We were looking for portals that found the perfect harmony of usability, content, and aesthetics, and present every aspect of the APIs in a well-structured and understandable way. Developer portals that inspire trust through superior production quality. We have some photos of the teams again. Lots of people. Our finalists are Developers Italia, Intercom Developer Hub, and Vultra Developer Portal. Developers Italia has a unified design, reaching both developer communities and making public administration software attractive. Intercom Developer Hub attracts with impactful data, and a visual builder to check how an app could look like. Ultra Developer Portal makes a clean, modern, and clear impression and reaches out to business personas and developers. And drum roll, who's the winner?
The winner is...
For Best Design?
Developers Italia. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So we have Leandro normally coming on stage. For public administration, that's a big challenge, I think. So I'm really curious to hear his story. Here we go. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, hello everyone.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Great being here, yeah.
So
just quick questions. Yeah, we are public administration. We are actually the Italian government.
Awesome.
And some years ago, we said, okay, we need to do something in order to facilitate the digital transformation of public administrations. And we said, okay, we need to create a community, but in order to do so, we need a developer portal. So we created Developers Italia with this idea in mind, to help public administrators and create a real community around it. So it's great to be here.
Very, very cool. And I think, so it's really exciting to see public administration participants in this year's contest. So how do you balance usability, functionality, content, and aesthetics? And how did you do that? How do you make it come together? Because I imagine public administration, this is not just a single page. This is probably a whole bunch of different pages. And
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that I was checking before. We actually have everything is 100% free and open source. So we have a GitHub account where we have a GitHub organization. So we have a lot of repositories over there. But there have been 60 people working on this developer portal. So as you can see, I mean, we try to achieve every kind of target. Every of our user persona is involved. So there are people opening issues. There are people proposing PRs and pull requests and merge requests. So there's a very integrated development cycle. It's I think this is very nice. So of course, if we want to help them, we need to open up as much as possible to hear their feedback, to make this communication possible and as much easy as possible. So this is what we're trying to do in the past few years.
So, and what's your secret sauce? What's behind the curtain? What software did you use? How many UI designers do you have?
Well, actually, right now we don't have any designer in the team. We are trying to get so this is really, really great. We are a bunch of developers, and receiving the design award is really the best thing that can happen in this year, I guess. So as you can imagine. But however, we are onboarding some content designers, some UX UI, and some service designers as well in the team, so that we will refresh a little bit some of the content, some of the pages, some of the layouts. Right now, the cool stuff is that it's all served by GitHub pages. So it's static.
GitHub pages.
We build it every night, and we have a little bit of a backend, but it's just pushing and producing the static website, which is statically served. So it's there's quite some magic, but nothing really interesting. I mean, it's interesting. I encourage you to check out our github.com/Italia. That's our organization.
And I think, well, I guess that's possible because it's all public and open. Yeah.
Exactly. This is exactly what we're trying to do. And we are I think we are doing a good job here.
Yeah. Okay. So, and do you have like a design system or a theme library?
Exactly. Yeah. We have a national design system, which is based on Bootstrap. And we also have some, for React and for other frameworks. We have a designers team working on this kind of, design system for all public administrations in Italy. So it's a cool journey, and we have a lot to do, and it's great to hear this and receive this prize. Thanks a lot.
So there are designers behind the curtain.
Yeah, of course. Some of them were involved, yes. Hopefully many more will be involved soon.
Yeah, cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations again. Our next category is the onboarding experience. We search developer portals that clearly show what their APIs are about, how they work, how developers can start integrating, and where they can find resources. According to the jury, onboarding is about how much users can learn about the API before they need to commit to it. You see a long list of nominated portals.
A lot of people.
And many people who have worked on those portals. Who are the finalists? TomTom and Mercedes-Benz developer portals. The jury pointed out that TomTom's value proposition and use cases were very clear. The tutorials were very easy to follow, even without an account. This made it easy to evaluate the product's functionality and implementation before taking the next step to sign up and start coding. Mercedes-Benz, the second finalist, makes it easy to evaluate and experiment with the product, and even make the OAuth authorization process easy to understand. Tutorials offer testing in a sandbox, using your own car's data, and deploying to a production environment. Furthermore, the case studies tie directly back to the API. Who is the winner?
The winner is... Let's go a bit slower.
We're going to take a commercial break here.
The winner is Mercedes-Benz developers for the onboarding category. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So, Manuel? Hi, Manuel.
Great to be back, I guess.
Yeah, congratulations. So, onboarding. How? I think I've realized sitting in some workshops with customers that there's sometimes audiences that you just don't even realize that you have. So I'm really curious to hear a little bit more about how you're doing this. Like, how are you keeping your main audiences in mind, also through the onboarding? So are there any tricks that you're doing? Do you maybe use techniques or something that people can learn from you?
Actually, in this year, we put a lot of effort in the onboarding area. I mean, we were also nominated last year, but didn't win, so we tried to improve on that. Actually, we worked our whole landing page, so there are now, for example, dedicated target group pages. So that's what we heard in the beginning. So we have a business target group page and developer target group page, and I think the onboarding starts there. So the user tries to identify which kind of persona he is, and then, for example, goes to the developer page and gets more like sample code and easy tryout functionalities to test it directly. For example, you can copy the code in terminal and boom, you got your response from the API. And on the other hand, we also wanted to address the business users so that they get to know what actually is an API maybe and how does it work. How can I benefit from an API? Because we were talking about API as a product. It's not just a technical thing, right? And I guess it starts there along with the tryout abilities for developers in the Swagger UI where you can directly try it out. And we also created a simulator. So we deal a lot with car data, and we developed a car simulation environment where the developers can easily start with the API, even if they would not have a Mercedes-Benz vehicle standing at their location, for example. And yeah, also the product pages, for example, we restructured them. So we now have an overview page, which is like really high level, describing what do I get from this API, what data points do I get, but not like in a technical way, but in a way that business users understand, but also is interesting for the developers, because you have to balance, right? You do not want to overload developers with marketing stuff, and and then the developer can go deeper. So he has a detailed page, he has a documentation page if he wants to. I think we try to bring all this together to create a user journey and guide the user from the landing page to the product itself, to try the product out as easy as possible.
So one of the things I've learned from some of the research that Professor Meng from Merseburg University does is that sometimes like you might have a very advanced developer that needs very little information. Please, don't bother me. Just give me the stuff. And then you might have a very like a beginner developer that needs a lot more background. How do you play that balance out in your documentation?
I guess the tryout functionality is really important for beginners who just want to see quickly what do I get, how does it work, and then experience how it technically works in the background. But for me personally, it was always important to just be able to try the product as fast as possible, and then go into the details how it actually works and how I can integrate it in my environment. So that's why we did put so much effort in the tryout abilities. But still, I don't think we are there yet. We are also experimenting with automatically generating SDKs. So, for example, if I'm an iOS developer, I want to use the API, but I don't want to care about OAuth flows and integrating that on my own, right? So we're currently experimenting with that, and hopefully be able to offer also SDKs for the individual different developing languages in the near future. Mm-hmm. So I still think that we have to do some work on that area.
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next category.
Our next category is a new category, Best Developer Dashboard. Here we praise the portals that take specific care of the logged-in developer user journey. These portals provide a dashboard that enhances the developer experience, for example, with metrics, transparent pricing, and an overview of the API keys. Kati collected for us some photos about the teams. Some of the photos you have already seen. And let's see who are the finalists. We have 4 finalists in the Best Developer Dashboard category. Ring Central Developers, Sika,
I think so.
API Portal, TomTom for Developers, and Unify ID Developer Portal. The jury's notes. Ring Central Developers includes the full spectrum of users, from non-technical to highly technical users, in quick starts and in the overall experience. Business users get a quick sense of use cases. Regarding the Sika, I hope I'm saying this right, API Portal, there's a robust dashboard for the logged-in user, and its API field relationship helps a developer quickly understand the relationship among APIs and fields. TomTom's developer portal maturity level keeps growing, and they provide content that the audience can take delight in. Unify ID has a unique solution focused on true user experience. To be more precise, they take care of the portal consumer experience and of the end user experience, while focusing on the mobile users, the device users, and the app users. So, who won in 2020 the Best Developer Portal Dashboard Award?
Ring Central. Congratulations. So we'll get Mike Stowe. And I also hope that I'm saying that right. This time, Mark, I know that Mark is laughing in the background, like, ha, getting back to me for letting him say all those European names on the Resilience podcast. Mike can correct us. So Mike Stowe is Director of Developer Marketing, and he's the guy on the left on the picture.
Which left?
Yeah,
We shall see.
Our left or your left? Just waiting. And
Hello.
Hi, Mike. But I do know you. Now I know you. So I hadn't realized that you were that Mike. Okay, happy to glad that's well to have you as a winner for the awards. Is there something you would like to say to the team or to the audience, Mike?
Oh, absolutely. First, I apologize for being that Mike, but no, just on behalf of the entire Ring Central team, who I have to give a big shout out to, because they've really spent tireless hours working on our developer portal, our dashboard, all the different tools. I just want to say thank you to everyone. It's funny, when I started programming, API docs were considered WSDLs or PDFs or Word docs. Not that I'm sure nobody here has experienced that or had to inherit that and build on that. And so it's incredible to me how far we've come. And I'm just thankful, because I really feel like that's because of everyone here. So thank you for recognizing Ring Central for the the best overall dashboard, but also thank you to all the nominees, for all your tireless work and pushing the space forward. Thank you, Pronovix, excuse me, the incredible team behind API Docs. To the judges, by the way, I do not envy your position. All the great submissions, and of course to the Ring Central developer community, which pushes us every day to get better and better and be better for them. So thank you again.
So, well, what do you think? Because this is a new category, so it's exciting and interesting to see where it's going to go. Do you already have any plans for 2021 for your developer dashboard?
We do have some plans. I think the biggest challenge that we're trying to solve with our dashboards is that, from a developer standpoint, you integrate with an API and you make the calls, but you don't understand things like how long the calls are taking in terms of latency. You can log the errors on your end, but we found that a lot of developers don't log the errors. So telling them which API calls they're making, which are successful, which are airing out, how many are airing out in terms of percentage-wise, and then what errors they're getting. I think we're still taking feedback from the developer community, still trying to understand what information to provide them to make sure that we're providing the right data as quickly and as accessible as possible. But yes, there'll be continuous improvements to the dashboard and to the portal overall.
And is it hard to prioritize, like, what is the most important things to give to developers, or what should be on the top and things like that, or how easy is that?
No, I think it's incredibly difficult. I mean, we're very lucky that we have a very outspoken community that tells us when they see things that they don't like or tells us their suggestions, and we appreciate that. At the same time, I mean, just being here is humbling, because we're seeing the great work done by all the different teams, and we realize that we have a long way to go in improving our developer portal and continue to get better. So I think it's just prioritizing what's going to help developers improve with onboarding, what's going to get them started, what's going to make the journey better and make them successful. And so taking feedback from today, taking feedback from user studies and user testing, taking feedback from our analytics, of course, taking feedback from our community. It will help us prioritize, but it's always a challenge, I think, for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Thank you very much. And congratulations again. Yep.
Thank you.
So, and as you said about community, the next category is Best Community Spotlight and Outreach. We welcomed here the portals with creative solutions or initiatives to show developers that their work is appreciated. These portals provide community sections where developers can share knowledge and build connections. Finalists in the category are the Xero Developer Center and Visa Developer Center. Xero provides a developer blog, a roadmap to find out about ideas and plans, and lots of help resources for developers. Visa has various forums for different users. There's some gamification, and users can also attend webinars. And drum roll.
We're getting better at this. We should keep going. Okay, sorry. The winner is Visa Developer Center. Congratulations. So Katalin is bringing on Minu Bhatia onto the stage, who is the head of content at Visa. I'm really curious to get some insights into the background story. Just a moment.
Someone found the Visa card icon.
Is Minu available? It always takes a little while to do the switch over, so this is a little bit. Maybe here we should do the drum roll. Will we get some more answers? Or...
Will they come in?
Katalin?
Well, last year in Amsterdam, we already knew who was in the room, but now we don't.
Yeah. Katalin? Or there might be. Oh, she's coming. Okay, she's connecting. Okay. More suspense. I'd love to hear your feedback about how we're doing. Like, do you like this format more than the live event? I think it makes it more accessible. So Minu can't connect on the video. Trying again. Let's try. So it makes the event more accessible, so we can have people from all over the world participating and joining in and being part of this, which I think is really, really nice. So like if you would love to hear your feedback on should we keep doing this virtually, or should we have a virtual one and then maybe also a physical one for the statue thing. And with the Corona crisis, this we're going to skip the statue this year. Yeah.
Statue.
Well, not statue. How do you call that?
We gave a statue to everyone last year.
Oh.
Okay,
I think we're probably going to bring Minu back a little bit later.
I'm going to move on to the next category, and hopefully we can still congratulate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Good point, Quinn.
I'm going to talk about the next category in the meantime.
Sorry.
Trophy.
Yes.
It's not a statue. The best accessible developer portal category. Here we upload the portals that take the initiative to take their APIs and documentation accessible to all possible users, regardless of disability type or severity of impairment. We have 3 finalists: Barclays API Exchange, Bank Developer, and Platform OS Developer Portal. Barclays made the challenge of having lots of APIs and a large user base very well, while Bank is very engaging and Platform OS has good information design for a developer portal with lots of content. All finalists achieved good to perfect results in the Wave accessibility evaluation tool. The jury also checked, for example, mobile friendliness, the clarity of the English language, and if keyboard-only users would be able to use the respective developer portals. Let's see who's the winner.
I'm really excited about this one, and I'm so excited to see how much progress we've made as a community. But here's the winner. The winner is Barclays API Exchange. Congratulations. And we've got Liam Gallagher, who is going to join us on stage, or at least we hope. Yeah. So I'm really excited about actually making so much progress in our community. I think the first time we did the awards, I think we had, I should double check these things, but we had accessibility, but there was not too much happening. I think another one is multilingual, like But I think that one we skipped this year. Localization.
But I think next year it will come up.
Yeah, I think next year comes back. Hi, Liam.
Hi guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, before I start, I just want to say thank you very much for putting on the event. It's been a bit of a mental year, so I'm pleased it's still going ahead in a much cooler format.
Yeah, it's quite a year. There's good and bad. With all the tragedy, there's been a lot of very interesting new ways of looking at what's going on. But anyway, we're not here for that.
Yeah, no, okay.
We're here for insights. So as a winner for the second time, can you tell us a little bit more about how you're approaching this? Because as a jury said, it's I think it was Alice who said that you can see that you started with accessibility in mind right from the start. So it would be interesting to hear, like, what solutions have you used for this? How are you testing? And what are your future plans? What's still coming up next?
Sure. So I think Barclays as an organization have always had diversity at the heart of its core. We don't want to have anybody on the outside. We want to include everybody, essentially. And that has lent itself to every channel within the bank, and more recently, the API channel. So Barclays has a kind of a task team, so to speak, and it is an accessibility community. And within each community, we have what's known as an accessibility champion. So in our team, we've got an incredible accessibility champion, Jake Easton, and he works very closely with myself and the product managers on anything we begin to create or brainstorm, any new product that we're going to roll out. We essentially consider all aspects of what the user needs, and basically we have an internal checklist, and we make sure anything we release fulfills this criteria, if that makes sense.
Impressive. And I think, how do you have any kind of technology solutions to ease in that process, or is it really is a human factor that?
Yeah, we do a lot of kind of qualitative testing with small communities and internal teams.
Yeah.
And then we also use, you've got your plugins such as Axe, and we basically a lot of it is just internal testing, really. We make sure everything adheres to the content and accessibility guidelines. But yeah, a lot of it tends to be real-time testing with, I say small focus groups, but with focus groups. And yeah, it's all validated before anything goes live, essentially.
Very cool. Anything more you want to share, or?
No, I think a big one was, we recognize we're up against some really tough competition this year. There's some amazing nominees, and it's incredible for ourselves to have won this award 2 years on the run now. I think I just want to say Barclays really understand the value that the developers bring to the economy. And so it's massive for a bank to put so much emphasis on our team. So this goes a long way in justifying our being, so to speak. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Liam.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Before we go on to the next category, we're going to try connecting with Minu again.
Yeah. I'll go back to the slide deck a little bit. Shall I do that?
Visa Developer Center.
Yeah.
They have won in the category Community Spotlight and Outreach.
Yeah.
Let's see. While we are trying,
we're going off script. This is. Uh-oh.
So in the meantime, as far as I know, Crowdcast, this will be recorded and you can watch it again. Maybe the chat not, but what is happening and being said on stage, yes. Also, in each category, you will find on a Pronovics blog, and I think you get there also from API, the DevPortalAwards.org. You also get there a longish article about each category, what we think, examples, maybe some suggestions. So you can read up on more details than what I say about the categories here.
Let's see. I really hope it works. I would love to hear get also some insights from the Visa team.
Can somebody in the chat say so?
Yeah.
Because suddenly everybody disappeared as a presenter to us. Minu can't connect.
Yeah.
Do you hear us?
I think so. Okay.
So Minu cannot connect. Congratulations, Visa Developer Center.
Yeah.
We are not going to send you a statue.
No statues. Nobody gets statues. Never. No, also not next year. Just next year trophies. Hopefully, if the Corona crisis allows for it, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe with vaccines.
So
anyway,
Christoph, please find the next category,
yes.
Which is
and not to go too far. Okay, here we go.
The best overall developer portal. There's two prizes. One is a community prize, and the other is a jury prize. So in the community prize, there was public voting, which was possible from the middle of September till the end of October. We received more votes in 2020 than 2018 and 2019 altogether. I will not speculate why. So we can say that there were a lot of supporters for portals. Who are the finalists? BNI API Digital Services, KBC Developer Portal, and New Relic Developer Site. So this is based on numbers.
Yes.
In everybody who wanted to vote. Who's the winner?
Who's the winner? BNI API Digital Services. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So we have Mr. Haryantono, I think, if I pronounce it correctly, joining us on the stage. Yeah.
Meanwhile, no digital statues either, but there will be some sort of a digital badge that can appear on the winning portals.
Congratulations.
Hi, Christoph, Laura.
Congratulations. Hello.
Congratulations.
I'm surprised because I already, passed the 2 nominations before. I didn't expect that I will get this this award.
Well, it's you had a really loyal community voting for you, so that you must have done something really well with your community to get so much votes going on. So, Mr. Did I pronounce your name correctly, Haryantono?
You can just call me YB easier.
Oh, okay, Mr. or YB. So, could you tell us a little bit about the people and the teams that are involved in your developer portal program, and how you've been approaching this?
Yeah, sure. I think first of all, I would like to let's thank God for all this because in this pandemic situation, we still can gather here in the virtual crowd all together. Yeah. Second, for sure, I would like to thank Pronovics and all the judges for having this event, conducting the event and giving the recognition to us. And surely, I'll thank my team who has done the good job on developing our API portals. Yeah. So I think, Christoph, if you understand the institution, BNI is a state-owned bank in Indonesia. Yeah. So within us, we have 50,000 customers accounts, which accounts for 1/5 of the population, about 1/5 of the population itself. Yeah, so it's quite huge. We are the fourth largest bank in Indonesia, state-owned banks, yeah, state-owned enterprise. So APIs, we already been starting this initiative 3 years back, starting on 2018. Yeah, so for sure, we start from zero, starting with a simple thing, something like that. We already have issues, and then trying to fix it. Initially, we don't have any sandbox. Then we are facing issues with handling connections one by one until we really build a new portal with the sandbox, with all the documentations, onboarding, support people, until we build a community of ecosystems. Yeah. Right now, we already have around 200 plus API services open to public. And we have around 3,000 connections. Yeah, we have 3,000 institutions or parties that connect to us right now. Yeah, so we already have an ecosystem that use our banking services already now in the country. So that's the what we are having right now, Christoph.
That's a lot of work over quite some time already, and yeah, it's always exciting and interesting to hear the stories of API teams, like what the struggles are, and yeah. So is there something you would like to call out specifically? Is there something that's that's different for you that you've seen, or like is there something that you're doing different than other teams that you think?
I think it's not so specific on that one. It's that in the country itself, we are one of the pioneer in the banking sectors that are starting doing an open API in the country. Yeah, so that's why if you are talking about the number of API services or number of parties that connected to us, we are the largest now in the country. Yeah, so we don't have a big team for sure. Yeah, all the teams are developers. We don't have any UI UX developers within us. All other technical developers that doing a multitasking jobs. Yeah, so I think no specific things. We learn from mistakes. We learn from our experience as well.
Yeah, and it's quite a sizable team that you have. So yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for participating. Congratulations again.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and
I'm very appreciate. Thank you, Christoph, Laura.
And thank you for coming on. Yeah, because I think time zone wise.
Oh, this is 12:30 a.m.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Thank you for making it. Okay.
We have another Best Overall Developer Portal Prize, which was given by the jury. This year, we were looking for mature developer portals, which excel in UX and DX from both an internal and an external angle. Some examples. Mature portals take care of the authoring and publishing experience, enable a fast first API call, have an active community, provide a personalized experience upon login, perform well regarding self-service for both novices and for experienced users, offer relevant documentation for decision makers and developers, innovated how to present and consume content, promote interactive materials, share code examples in multiple languages redundantly, and ensure that the chosen environment, such as platform marketplace, takes the utmost care of differentiated audiences. And last but not least, great developer portals also serve a clear business purpose. They provide their organization with the tools and the space to experiment, learn, and develop new business opportunities. Entry to this category was automatic, but the jury considered only those nominees where the Best Overall Developer Portal questionnaire was submitted. Who are the finalists? Bank developers, Mercedes-Benz developers, and TomTom for developers. The jury stated that they received great submissions this year, and they can see and value the time and effort that teams put in their developer portal journey, There are better and better submissions every year. It was, however, difficult to compare emerging and established businesses, as both have their advantages. Finally, the jury chose to favor the established businesses as they successfully address a more complex situation. So, drumroll for the best overall portal. Who's the winner?
Exciting. Mercedes-Benz developers. Congratulations. And we've got Manuel and Olaf Stelter that are going to come on stage to talk a little bit with us about their program. Okay, here's Manuel. Welcome back.
Thanks so much. And honestly, I feel so flattered to receive like 3 awards today. And just a few words, I'm really happy to also be here and speaking as a representative from my team. It's a great team, which I'm so lucky to have, which are all participating in bringing Mercedes-Benz developers to life. So yeah, just thanks so much. And also I brought my colleague with me, so Olaf, maybe you can say some words too.
Hi, Olaf.
Hi. As you can see, I have hijacked the room for my eldest daughter. It's my home office here. So this direction, home office, this direction is really relaxing zone. Thank you very much for the award. It's really cool. I really like it. And yeah, it was hard work this year, also because of the pandemic. We all suffer from that, and yeah, that's cool.
I saw you. Yeah. Well, it's been tricky for everybody, I think, just adjusting to the changes and what it's doing to our businesses. Yeah, how many people work with you, Manuel and Olaf, on the developer portal? Like we can see a picture.
Yeah,
there's a picture. I would expect it's around. Let's say the core team is around 20 people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
on the supplier side, but there is a hardcore team where as we started as an let's say core IT project, as you have shown in your presentation before.
Yeah,
and then it extended more and more, and now we have a swarm exists of business people who do, let's say, business development and contracting and legal and all this stuff around the core IT topics. Yeah. But it's always growing and gets more attraction within Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah. What do you think about this interface? Well, I'm putting you on the spot here, so if you don't want to, then tell me. Or maybe we should have a podcast episode about this. But what do you think about the interface thing that I was talking about? Do you also think there is a place on developer portals for things that are already more implemented than the generic APIs? Do you see that going forward? Is that a vision that you can see happening in the future?
I can start and then Manuel can add up something. What I see, we have a product that is not let's say targeting every kind of developer. So it's very, very special and very rare. And we see that we have demands from different, let's say, communities or municipalities who need, let's say, the vehicle data out of their sensors, but they are not aware or capable to implement APIs. They are not mature enough. And that's why we also started in parallel to provide dashboards where we collect and join all the data that we can extract from the cars. So there we see the demand and also our engagement to not only stick on the APIs, but also to provide more tools or even in parallel applications to support the use of our data.
Yeah.
Actually, I was laughing when you asked this question, because actually this is one of the biggest discussions that we are currently having internally. Olaf just said that we have this dashboard usually for municipalities and big cities who just want to, for example, observe road conditions, data and stuff like that. And they were not able to integrate an API because they just don't have a developer team. And the big question that we are currently facing is, do these dashboards or already pre-built products that are based on APIs actually belong in the developer portal or not? And we, to be honest, we did not answer this question yet for ourselves. Like I said, it's a huge discussion. Yeah, funny that you asked this question.
I think well, the way I anchor it, I think it depends. Maybe you can have like multiple portals for different audiences, but I think the way I see it, it's sometimes really hard to get enough developers building integrations for your APIs. We see that this is a common problem. It's like this dream that you're going to make APIs and then magically people will show up and do your work for you. That's not true. It's like that just, partners well, there will be some partners that do innovation instead of you. But you can't really rely on, like, that's not a scalable model. And I think what I hope that we'll see going forward is that developers are treated like explorers, where we give them like really, really good gear so that they can go out there and do interesting things, and then show the way for the other people that then can follow in their footsteps and bring us to new places. Not just the people that have the money to do the integrations, but also, or the capabilities, but that we can bring those capabilities to wider growing audience. But yeah, I think the other thing
That's right, because we see our traditional customers or the B2B in the middle are the dealers, and the dealers, they are business focused and they know a lot about cars and less about IT. So then we have to bridge them and bring them into our portal and guide them to the right products, API products. So that's why we started with this business layer on top of the technical platform. Yeah. And that's usually a trend that it's important for all, where you have more, let's say, business-oriented people as your target group than the IT guys.
Yeah, it's well, it's interesting. I'd love to have a deeper talk about it on the podcast in the new year. Yeah.
And then next year.
Yeah. Let's do that. So, congratulations again.
Yeah.
And thank you for participating again. Thank you for the work you're doing in the German developer portal community. Yeah,
it's 10-minute advertising. So I
go for it. You're a winner. So
11 in the call right now. And next Friday we have a 2-hour workshop session on the We Are Developers Live Week. It's also a free online event, and you can join the session with Mercedes-Benz developers who will guide through the dev portal and include some coding sessions. So who is interested is invited here.
So, and if you want to learn from the masters, that might also be a good thing to go and check it out. Yeah. So you don't have to own a Mercedes-Benz to attend and to participate.
Yeah. Bring with you.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
These were all the nomination categories.
Oh, wait.
If you can.
I need to switch
forward.
There we go. So now I was asked to put some forward-looking optimism in, which everybody in the company is always joking that I'm sometimes putting it on a little bit too thick. I'd like to thank everybody. I'd like to thank the participants. I'd like to thank the jury. I'd like to thank the people organizing this, because behind the scenes, and we don't even get to see Katalin this time, like normally in the live event, we get to see Katalin and Zoli. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. Hi. Because
Kathleen.
Kathleen, yeah. Kathleen did the descriptions.
Well, you've seen the photos. An amazing amount of people are working, and that's there's a ripple effect going all the way to administration and the one making the coffee and watering the plants, and they are all part of this.
Yeah, and it's yeah. So I want to say thank you to the colleagues also that help us, that provide us with the space to organize this, because without their work, we also couldn't do it. But I also want to thank everybody that maybe wasn't a winner in any of the categories, but that still participated, because I believe that even if you didn't win in a category, I think we're all winning from this, because the fact that people are submitting their applications and that are sharing with us what they're doing and how they've been doing it, coming on here and talking about what they've done, I think this is how we all win as a community, and how we're getting better and better and better at helping more and more people to be good at this. And I think that's the real goal, and that's the real winning that we're doing. So it's an infinite game. We are going to keep playing it as long as we can, and I'm very much looking forward to next year. Maybe some planning and scheming for like what could we do to get the independent jury to acknowledge our works. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.